welcome into the start of the second episode of the Tennissippi States Only Challenge, and the first episode didn't quite go all too well. It started off well with a late game comeback win over the Bears 20-19, but then in the following games we just weren't able to put forth that same effort. In fact, each game arguably got worse. But we took our early season bye, week 5. Now we got the full stretch of the season to go, and we're going to get through a good bit of it today. But we start with our first divisional game against the Colts. And as we get underway, it's our first home game that we're actually tuning on in for. Starting on offense, Joe Milton, the quarterback, with a clean pocket. He looks to the bottom and coming up with a first down, barely. But we'll take any that we get. Elijah Moore gets the catch. Now dropping under center goes Milton, as we will go with a run. Finding a little bit of space, Evans closes quickly. Yaya Diaby stops it for just a gain of 1. So with 2nd and 9, we'll go with a tight shotgun look then. Milton having to bounce back. He lasers it downfield, and it's caught. Elijah Moore. What a play from Joe Milton III. And a backflip here from Moore to tack on. All that while under heavy pressure. That is the quarterback play we need. Puts us inside the red zone. DK in motion at the bottom as we got time. Finding a nice strike. It's Jalen Hyatt with the first down. He started off his season with us very well. 3 if not 4 touchdowns. I want to say 3. Would have to double check the stat book as we try to give him another. We're honestly pretty lucky that it wasn't jumped and intercepted. Does give us another down to play with here. 2nd and goal. Milton quick throw again and drop this time. Hyatt, they tried the same thing and arguably nearly worked out. With a 3rd down then at the 6. It's a double A gap look for the defense. They drop back into coverage and it's a touchdown. Yes, it is. It goes to Elijah Moore, caught on the goal line. A great way to start divisional play. The offense takes care of business. Milton put together a really good drive. That is what we need from him. But we could also use just as good of a start from our defense, as it's the Colts starting at the 30. They had a decent return, and there's a quick stop. Sam Williams with help. Williams, he's got to be the leader of this defense. We need him to make those plays consistently. As they just actually lose 3 yards. A quick throw across the middle. They're going to pick up a good little bit there, about 8 or so. Dantzler will eventually bring him down, leaving them with 4 on 3rd. Is that Hurt? I'm pretty sure that's Hurts at quarterback. Does he really squat that low? There are some weird animations here in Madden 25 as Higbee gets the first. Just need a little bit tighter coverage. But yeah, Jalen Hurts shotgun stance mixed with like the weird stance of the defensive lineman. There's just some weird stances here. But a great stop there, limiting it to a half-yard gain. Williams yet again finding himself involved. We got a lot of young players on this team, and we're hoping we're going to see a lot from them. Hurts now setting up the screen. He's got some blockers and will be a first down though. Good hit, 42. You're going to give up a first. Make him pay for it at least. Trips up top, 1 down below. Hurts back at quarterback with a running back to his side. We'll let things develop. Taking the shot downfield inside the 30. The ball pops free. 42 with another hit. Knocks it free. And it's recovered by the young safety in Theo Jackson. Offense can start at the 29. A great start here. Continues in division as there's a nice running space for Evans. This team could really do a lot if we could find a nice balanced offensive attack, especially with some of our receiving targets we have. Offensive line, a work in progress. Milton showing off that arm strength, finding DK. What a start for Joe Milton III. 2 beautiful deep balls. This time he finds his number 1 receiver for 6. That ball was at least in the air for 50, maybe 55 yards. And at the end of the day, you just got to win your division. Doesn't matter how you do elsewhere. You can still make the playoffs. I'm going to start jumping through this one a little bit here as the Colts are moving yet again. They've got a 3rd and 4 They get 16 to Tank Dell, just outside the 30. With that big start, we're definitely going to start jumping through this game a little bit more. 14-0, as they do not elect to snap the ball prior to the end of the first quarter. But a great first quarter it was for us. Dominant. Now can we just see that throughout? Hurts gets them underway in the second quarter with a lofting pass and finding his target yet again. He's looked for Marquise Brown on several occasions. It's the OU tandem. With trips up top here, they're inside the 15. Hurts having to drift back, roll to the outside. He gets rid of it and out of the bag. DJ Jones provides the pressure from the interior. We'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 2 down the bottom, 1 up top. Hurts in shotgun, going back up for Brown with the toe tap touchdown. Colts bite into this lead. Cut it in half, 14-7. But you can't expect perfection throughout. We're starting back deep here inside our own 10. We do pick up 4, then a gain of 1, so 3rd and 5. Knocked away by Kool-Aid McKinstry. So it's going to be a 3 and out here for our offense. Get a decent punt, but a pretty good return. Colts started about midfield. And 28 yards puts them immediately inside the 25. So after a really good start here for the Titaner, Tennessippi, well, it's starting to be Colts ball here in the second quarter as they find another first down. However, not inside the 10, so they could still get another set of downs at about the half-inch line. It's read option, though. Hurts has all the space, and credit the receiver with blocking. We've got a tied ball game here at home. We could really use with another big offensive drive. Well, Elijah Moore getting us started off well here. 14 yards. 4 goes Bolden, getting us close to midfield and past it now as Milton actually scrambles with a first down rush. Get inside the 30 or so, we will jump in. McKinstry with another block. 4-yard reception, Elijah Moore, 3rd and 6. And we get 1. I don't know if this is field goal range for us. Let's see what the CPU wants to do, and we nail the field goal. 57 yards, good for Jake Elliott. So we retake the lead 17-14. Get it back to the Colts offense here. Under 3 minutes now left in the first half. Nice tackle for a loss there. It is a 3rd and 2. That's what they had prior to. That math doesn't math. And it's a first down for Bijan Robinson. And then 12 yards goes back to Brown again, and they get inside there around the 30. We will jump in. 2nd and 8. They replay the down as we hit the 2-minute warning. Now 2nd and 8, knocked away by Oren Burks. How about a 3rd down and 8? 5-yard reception, hold them to a field goal attempt here, and they hit it with Dicker the kicker. So let's use this rough minute 40 seconds here to try to answer back. And of course, we're jumping out here with the offense to try to manage this clock. Milton finds Moore, who could turn up, pick up about a gain of 18-19. It's been a pretty clean game so far for Milton. That's what we're hoping to see from him day in, day out. Halfback screen now. We get it out to Bolden. Pick up a nice block there. D. Cleater. We're already down to the 35. A little bit of some rivalry hits chiming in. Gotta love to see it. As they just have one high safety. See if we can maybe find more down the sideline here. Put it underneath and tipped away. Gotta give some love to the coverage. Really good there. Really good ball placement. Just got to be a play where Moore comes down with it. With 2nd and 10, a minute 22 on the clock, and rolling, taking the sack. It's a loss of 1. Looked like initially Milton tried to scramble there, just wasn't space. Hard count, no one jumps. No pressure brought either. They get it to the outside. Evan Ingram now going to get the catch down to the red zone. And they're very much taking their time as well, letting this clock slow roll. They do have 2 timeouts remaining, as Moore is going to come in motion here to the bunch. The bunch kind of got bunched up, say that for sure. Keep the throw in bounds. Ingram, first down, and a 2nd timeout call. Now this is where we really need to see the offense finish off the drive. 36 seconds left. They got 1 timeout. A tight look here for Milton, as he'll get the snap. Coming across and finding Evan Ingram. We retake our lead here, make it 24-17. That doesn't mean the Colts aren't going to try to do something with their limited time. They've moved into plus territory. 1 timeout remaining. There's a move under 20 seconds left, and here comes the sack. It is Sam Williams. Well, knocking them out of field goal range. Again, with just no timeouts now, as they had to call one after that sack. Throwing it out of bounds. 3rd and 17, 14 seconds left. Just got to make sure we play a safe game here. Don't let anyone beat us deep. As they actually hand this one off. Quick stop there, 56, Oren Burks. And that'll send us through halftime, where the first drive on defense will go pretty well. We get a pick from Mike Hilton. And of course, we're jumping in from there, starting inside the 30. It's a tight shotgun look here, as it will be a pass for Milton. Going up top, yeah, got to put my air under that one. He'll learn here in the NFL you can't just use that pure arm strength. Sometimes you need a little bit of loft, a little bit of touch on it. 2nd and 10, go to the running game, and down the middle. Can maybe keep your head up there a little bit more, running back. You don't need to deal with any concussions or neck injuries. Picks up 2, leaving 3rd and 8. DK lone to the bottom. As we do send a receiver his way, it's Hyatt. A little bit of some play action. Milton having to scramble, getting rid of it. And we'll have to settle for a field goal attempt following the pick. It was a good job there from the D-line here of the Colts. But to make this a 2-score game, about a 45-yard field goal. And it is right down the middle. We've got the Colts trying to make up for it very quickly here. They're down inside the 30, so essentially flipping the field from where we just were. As it's a read option, 52-bit on that, as hard as you could. Hurt scrambles to pick up the first. He's averaging about 10 yards per rush. 3 rushes, 29 yards. The bunch down the bottom, one up top, sitting just outside the 15. Hurts to the flat. Finds his target, who will get to about that 15. Well, we do have a lot of young players on this team, a lot of speed, so we can fly around. We just got to make some smart plays as Hurts goes with the quick curl. Make it 3rd and 1. Now, I don't believe Madden 25 has the tush push, otherwise I would imagine they'd use it. But instead, they will look to throw, and finding the touchdown to Tank Dell. Drawing this thing back to a 1-score field goal game. But so far, you just gotta love the good back and forth we've had. Now we are getting to the top of the 4th quarter here. We've driven into plus territory. And getting stuffed in the backfield. Loss of 1. Campbell. Not sure if that was against the center or a guard. I sure hope it was the center, because the centers are sub 70 overall. Meanwhile, the guards are just about over a 70. Quick throw, DK spins off and will not pick up the first. They mark us shy by about half a yard. But it does set us up for a nice 3rd down here. Bunch up top, Hyatt at the bottom. We got Evans, the running back, who will take the handoff and will pick up that first. How is that 4th and inches? Well, it's a good thing then that apparently I am challenging this. Didn't tell us to, but it looks like we are. And it should be an immediate overturn. That should be a 1st down. And smart on the review booth, they agree. Bunch up top, 1 down below, same formation we just had, and we are already chewing clock in this game. Don't want to leave the Colts with much opportunity. Milton all the time, and finds DK. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. But Joe Milton is not playing like a 64 overall quarterback today. He's honestly looked a little bit better than Hurts. Dropping way back here, though. Looking for the end zone, or how about one of the camera guys behind the end zone? Perfectly happy with him making a safe play here. We're inside field goal range at the least. 2 spread either side for 2nd and 10. We'll continue passing the ball, and Hyatt got laid out, but he holds on to it. I'm all for some big hits. Definitely all for some secured grabs. 3rd and 2, trips up top. We will look to pass. As Milton finds the strike. Not sure who that is, maybe Sherfield? Sets up a 1st and goal with an open lane. It's a touchdown, 2-score lead yet again. Zach Evans and the O-line bring it home. Now we just need the defense to secure it. They start at the 30, just under 3 minutes left. They need a touchdown and a field goal to tie. They swing it out with a nice juke. But honestly, we've done a really good job against Bijan Robinson in this game. He hasn't really been that big of a factor. Hurts with a quick throw, finds his tight end with a short gain, leaving 3rd and 4. 2 up top, 2 below. Hurts going down to the bottom, he gets picked off. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5, pick 6, put the Colts in the stable. This game is done. Arthur Mollett with the final nail in the horseshoe. How about that? 2 punts able to squeeze in there on one final score. That is what we want to see here in division. If we could get that every game, all the better. That was a great team win, highlighted by some of our leaders on this team and Joe Milton. If we could have you play like that every week, this team could go very far in just 1 year. And if the win wasn't important enough, we also have a breakout scenario here for one of our defensive linemen, and it is for Sam Williams. That is really huge for us. I want to say he's a 2nd year, maybe 3rd year player. So what do we want here? Normal goal? Well, he doesn't get a whole lot of help here. Let's go with this, a normal goal. I'm not sure what any of these means. Haven't gone through it myself yet. But I really want him to see some development from this. So we'll learn if this was a good thing to do or not. And all we need is for Sam Williams to get 1 sack and 2 tackles for a loss to upgrade his dev trait. So it's not 1 sack and or, it's 1 sack and. So he needs to make 3 plays in the backfield this game. But it's not going to be easy to get the job done here. 3 plays in the backfield. Meanwhile, facing the 5-1 Buffalo Bills, they have the number 3 offense in terms of points per game and passing yards. So they're at least dropping back to pass. If we could get the rush, opportunity might be there. They're 9th in rushing yards, 7th in opposition points per game, meaning that they give up the least amount of points, or 7th least amount of points. But somehow they also are giving up 30th in terms of offensive passing yards and 20th in offensive rushing. So maybe they're just forcing a lot of turnover. They're bending and then they're making a big play. So let's finish some drives. Let's get some big plays then from our defensive linemen. So let's jump into the first possession of the game, and then we'll kind of jump around from there. Sam Williams, the guy to watch out for. He's 54, top of the line. As it's a handoff down the middle, it'll go for a gain of 4. Mollett, who ended our last game, starts this one off with the tackle on James Conner. Now with a spread look here, they will hand it towards the side of Williams, though he was in the backfield, not in a good way. With a 3rd and 2, an opportunity then to try to get the stop. Imagine they run to the strong side, down towards the bottom, as they will play action that way. Spinning, throwing, first down. As do they have Prescott at quarterback? I could have sworn that I saw, maybe I was misreading one of the teams, but I could have sworn that it said that they had Lawrence back there. It is Prescott as he finds a nice strike downfield. Of course, Prescott has the opportunity to, at one point, join this challenge, being from Mississippi State. He could be our quarterback if Joe Milton doesn't just rock it off, and Sam Williams had the chance at the TFL there. He got slipped, and it looks like DJ Jones shaken up on the play. Good news, at least indicated with him heading to the bench rather to the locker room. We don't give up anything on first. We get the pressure here, but it's for the wide receiver screen. Immediately stopped. Great job, Theo Jackson. He's made some pretty good plays. Again, we have a lot of young, low overall guys, but a handful of them are playing above their overall. Here comes Williams, and he gets the sack he needs. First possession. That gives us the whole game here to try to get 2 TFL. Actually, 1 TFL. A sack should count. We'll have to check the stats on that to ensure, but that should also knock him out of field goal range. And can confirm 1 TFL equals to the 1 sack. He just needs 1 more tackle for a loss in this game. So that being said, let's start jumping through a little bit. And how we're going to do that is start going through a little bit of a quarter sim here. Buffalo do take the lead at the end of the first quarter, 7-0. We'll get through the second quarter through the first half as Buffalo makes it 14-0, make it 21-0 at halftime. So the offense struggling to find some points. Maybe we slow things down a little bit here. Might need to help out our offense along the way as we do pick up 6. Bringing up a 3rd and 3. We do get the first down with Brandon Bolden. Now from there, can we put together a complete drive here? 2 more to Evans, 2nd and 8. We lose those 2, make it 3rd and 10. We get 12, Jalen Hyatt. We're into plus territory. So from here, how about we jump in? Obviously facing a much better team. Buffalo 5-1 compared to the Colts, who are sitting around 500. Milton throws and dropped. We expect more from Evan Ingram, especially with Dawson Knox sitting behind him. We got 2 starting caliber tight ends. As we hand this one off, finding some space, picking up the first down though, couldn't sprint away. Evans though with a nice gain, as we do have an injury out there. And this time not as fortunate as earlier in the game. Little heads to the tunnel. We were already pretty thin along the offensive line. I want to say he was our center. Evans finds some space again before he gets power slammed. And he does make it 2nd and 4. Just a couple yards outside the red zone. They bring the blitz down to the flat, turning. Hyatt, speed into the end zone. We're going to bite into this deficit, make it 21-7. A great start here to the second half. Now let's try to build and try to make this a game late on. And I wanted to just check in on the stats and call it a dev boost upgrade. Sam Williams. 2 TFLs and a sack, so the rest of the game, smooth sailing for him, though obviously we're still looking to make a comeback. We'll let things start to roll on from there, and Hopkins popping up with 15. I mean, this is a very well-built Buffalo Bills team. As it's 3 straight Hopkins plays, they finally get it to someone else, Drake London. It's not a first down. Rashad White leaves it 3rd and inches, and they get the first. Buffalo yet again trying to go up by 3. If we could force a turnover here, that would be great. Prescott letting the play clock roll here, and he hands it off down the middle. It didn't look like he gave it to him, but White does pick up 8. I was honestly hoping that Prescott kept it. Maybe we're going to get a big hit there from Sam Wilson, maybe force a fumble. Instead, they're inside the 10. They hand it off again. Good tandem stop there. Limits any gain. Will bring up a 3rd down with 2 up top, Hopkins down to the bottom. Prescott in pistol. Again, letting that play clock roll here. They're already chewing clock in the 3rd quarter. Down the middle, and how about into the end zone? Great blocking, James Conner. Puts them back up by 21. So for that is just the things that we've seen from this team. We'll put together one really good game. We just haven't been able to follow up with anything good. With a throwaway, we got a 3rd and 9 as we start the 4th, 26 to Sherfield. And Christian Wilkins injured on the play. That's big news for the defense here. The Logan Wilson coming through on the next play for him, knocks it away. Penalty on Mason Brooks. How about a 2nd and 20 then? As we get 14 Hyatt, 3rd and 6, we get 7 DK first down. And if we can get rolling, I feel like this team can really go a long way. There's a lot of key talented pieces. Pass across the middle. Elijah Moore shakes the tackle. They're going to give us forward progress. Gain of 4. Really happy that they did give us that progress. Otherwise, it would have been essentially no gain on a hard-earned play. Milton in the pocket. Up top, back to Moore, who shakes the tackle. Logan Wilson will come in to clean it up. 3rd and 1. And if I trusted QB draws in this game, Milton honestly probably wouldn't be a bad option. A tush push with him as well. Throw back up top, first down DK. I'll mark him though just outside the 20. So not quite red zone yet. 2 spread either side, Milton in the backfield. As he'll dump it off, finding Moore. Considering we are down 3 scores, maybe he's trying to press things a little bit further downfield might help, but I get it. Tempo is a thing here, and not messing that up with incomplete passes or getting stuffed at the line. The bad injuries just continue to hit. Now DK is down. Looks like might be a shoulder or elbow issue. He heads through the tunnel. as it's a really good throw there from Milton. He squeezed that into a tight window, and fortunately Evans drops it. Well, let's keep the offense out there and try to get a first down and a touchdown for DK then. 4:16 left, we need 5 yards. Milton under center, letting things develop, and he will throw it towards the end zone, swatted away the backhand. Nothing quite opened up there, and that definitely puts this game out of reach. As we look to just get to the end of this one then. 17 yards, big play for the Bills. I would just like to limit any more points from happening. Defense, if we want to step up here, hit the 2-minute warning there. But they are inside the 35, still driving with time running away here. Are they going to try to add any more points? There's a tackle for a loss to end the game. So we get the really good game to open things up. We drop the game against the Bills, but that should be the dev trade for Sam Wilson. And I can confirm, indeed, he is seeing an upgrade. A force up front out there. Here's probably the only good thing from that game. But he is now a star dev. And I wonder if we gave him like a really difficulty, if that would then like raise things up. So he was normal. So he goes from a normal to a star. Maybe if we went with hard, then it could go up to a superstar, and then if we went with really hard, up to an X Factor. I don't know if that's a thing, but it's something we'll have to test out in the future. And as we move forward from that game, we did suffer one lingering injury, and it was Greg Little. He's going to be out for the next 3 weeks now. I haven't gone to the next week yet, so he should just be gone for 2 games with an upper arm fracture. So apparently that's supposed to heal rapidly, or they're just going to give him some injections and he's going to shake it off. I don't know, but Greg Little will be out the next couple. We are getting Vaughn back for the next game. We'll see if we keep him out there. I think Evans was looking good, so we might stick with him, and Royce Newman will be coming back. He had a practice injury before that game. But that Bills game will really just be the catalyst to start another really bad losing streak. It was at least a 1-score game against the Patriots and the Chargers. Lions, it was not. And in this last Chargers game, our defense got decimated. We now are out 3 of our starting defensive players, including DJ Jones, for almost the entire rest of the season. Mike Hilton will be out for the next 4 games. Oren Burks the next 4 games. That is huge. They were some of our best, highest rated defensive players, and that does even include a 70. So we are greatly shaken up moving forward. But with that, it did open the door here for Jaden Crumley to see some playing time, and he has a breakout opportunity. And we have 2 ways we could go about this. We could ask him to get 2 combined tackles for loss, sacks, or forced fumbles, the way of old, or we could choose a new goal. Now, he is primarily a block shedder. He doesn't come with a lot of pass rush moves. So I think tackles for a loss would be really good, but I'm interested to see what the choose new goals is. So since this is new, let's click on it and let's see what our options are. And I actually think that some of these are really good here. We could do 3+ tackles and 1 tackle for a loss. That could be pretty solid for him, again, being more of that run stopper. Or 2 tackles for a loss. I don't know if the shed is that good. So I think we're going to go with 3 tackles and 1 TFL. Let's go with that here. See if he could hit that, because if so, that would be really good for our future. Let's kick this one off, starting with a quarter sim. As Minnesota drives, scores, we drive, and we tack on a field goal. So 7-3 as we end the first quarter. Getting into the second, Minnesota gets another touchdown. We haven't found our way back in. They have now taken a wide lead, 24-3, by the time halftime hits. Again, we are down a lot of our key players, especially on the defensive side, relying a lot of young guys, make it 31-3. Our offense, we got to find a touchdown at some point in this one. We will slow things down from here and jump into a little bit of some action. Well, how about now? Seems like a really good opportunity. And of course, we're looking for our guy in Crumley to make the play. I want to say he's 91, the top interior, as it's nearly picked off. Johnson, you got to come away with that, especially with how this season has gone. We need all the help we can get. It's definitely one of the DTs here. We especially put in Crumley to see a little bit more playing time, and potentially he got involved in that. No, 69 is Butler. Indeed, 91 is Crumley. But we'll definitely take the tackle for a loss there. Make it 3rd and 13 I form here for the Vikings, as they will go with a stretch. Honestly, it was probably more of a power. Several guys involved there in the stop. I don't believe Crumley being one of them. The defense will eventually bow up here, down inside their 10, force them back outside for the field goal attempt that will make it 34-3. So as we look to move forward from there then, see if this offense can move the ball at all. 9-yard catch goes to Zach Evans. 3rd and 1, 13 to Evan Ingram. That'll give us by midfield, 9 to Hyatt. Give me a first down. We will jump in. Same remains here. All right, well, we're going to have to do it ourselves. At the 39, it's 4th and 1. Back in shotgun, Milton hard count, no one jumps. And it will be a first down rush for Evans. And why not from there? Stick on out. Like we said, get a first down. We will watch. That's exactly what we had to do ourselves. As we come out with 2 up top. Play action here. Milton going across the field, and somehow Hyatt just had that ball stripped from him. And it's a pick for Jalen Ramsey. That might be a great indicator as to why the season has gone as it has. Now Marvin Mimm pops up for a good catch. And I do like to see that Aaron Jones is here with the Vikings, even in this scenario, which was a fantasy draft. Defense will force a stop. Kirk Cousins even back here. No, they went for it on 4th. What is this? It's already 34-3. Vikings going for it late on. It's definitely not going to be a win here for us. We'll have to check the stats with a final whistle blown here and see if Crumley did enough to see his dev boost rise, or if he's going to stay the same and miss out on a really good opportunity for a young player. So as we head into our office, any good news, a silver lining from that game? You know, you didn't hit the goal we set, but that's okay. Is it though? Is it okay? Because we also lost that one by 31 points. And the one good thing that could have happened we didn't hit. I don't know if I count that as a good thing. So we're going to have to move forward from here in week 12, which will probably be, checking the time on the video, yeah, will probably be the last game here of this episode. Now the Texans have not had a great season either. They are 3-8. We are 2-8. So really we're battling most likely for bottom indeed, bottom of the division. Colts are 5-6, also below 500. The Jags are running away with this one. They probably are already clinched at this point, at least from a mental standpoint, as they are 9-2. They're the 3rd best team in the AFC. So as we get in here, we're adding a new thing that we started in the last States Only Challenge, which was Play the Moments. We're not going to do this all too often, but considering neither team is really playing for much this year, and we're starting inside our own 10, might as well have a little bit of fun with the team. As Bolden struggles to bounce it to the outside, he will maybe pick up 1 or 2. Definitely need to keep our eye out on that right side of the line. They got Nick Bosa over there and a big number 94. Don't want to be taking too many hits from them. Good catch from Moore. Definitely don't imagine we're going to have a whole lot of time sitting back here, especially with Laramie Tunsil, our only good blocker over on the left-hand side. Now with a throw to the outside and swatted away from Hyatt, though. A flag is down. We'll have to check in on this, and it is DPI. We'll definitely take that bailout for sure. Make it 1st and 10 just outside the 30. As it will be a stretch here. Evans trying to get that speed to the outside. Good block from Blasingame and a first down rush. Not much left. Evans ends up taking, honestly, a pretty cheap shot there at the end. But we'll take it now past the 40. Milton dropping back. And we'll look for the dump off here to Evans. Again, the goal this season is try to develop some of this young talent. And we'll be primarily doing that moving into the next episode. And also want to try to get a little bit more 2 tight end sets, as Knox finally seeing some playing time. Did give him a contract extension, and there he is. Big number 94 with the TFL. Luckily, it wasn't a huge loss on the play, but he has unlocked his X factor. Hard count from Milton, no one jumps. Trying to set up the halfback screen. We will get him out there. Bolden getting taken out from behind, but we pick up the first. Now, of course, we'll also probably see a lot of upgrades in the offseason, not only in the draft, we'll talk about that more in the next episode, but also free agency as Bolden gets dumped. While we have time here, make sure you're leaving players you want to see join the Tennessippi State-only challenge down below. Bunch to the right-hand side here for Joe Milton. As he'll throw to the flat, he throws a pick. As Lassiter, he's got some speed. He's at the 20, 10, 5, and touchdown. Pick 6. Probably should have went to a different receiver. As we continue throughout the moments here. Texans in front 7-0. Third down, take control. Don't mind if I do. It is a 3rd and 3, so we don't need a big gain. We are just inside enemy territory as well here. 2 to the left-hand side, 2 to the right, including Evan Ingram. As it's thrown to the linebacker. I'm pretty sure we just telegraphed that throw. We'll count it as an arm punt on 3rd. We're definitely not doing any favors for Milton's stats. Defense needs our help here into the red zone. Why not? Let's play a little bit of some defense here. Coming out with a 2 receiver, 2 tight end, or actually 1 tight end and a fullback set here. They are just inside the red zone at the 19. Going with a toss and slipping a couple tackles. He finds some space to the outside. Moore will push him out at the 4. Davis nearly found the Texans into the end zone to double their advantage. Said we bring the blitz here and passing touchdown. No. Douglas not in bounds. Honestly, it looked good from here, but apparently from the opposite angle, it did not. I will take it then. As they will look to pass. Checking down to the tight end with the sure hands. It's Gasecki with the 14-point lead. So far, these play the moments not going too good for us. Take control again. I think the goal on this one is simply just don't throw a 3rd straight pick. My bad, Joe Milton. We come out with trips to the right-hand side, DK Lone to the left. Hard count from Milton, no one jumps. As he will step up in the pocket, lower the shoulder, he coughs up the ball, the lineman jumps on top of it. I did not throw a 3rd straight pick. It was a fumble though, but it was good enough. We get the check mark and we are not going to be going with a field goal. We are jumping out here. 4th and 14, should we? Nah, why not? This season is already kind of out of any sort of playoff hope, so might as well go big or go home. As we will look to pass. Get Evan to Ingram to the outside. Good block downfield from Moore. And how about a touchdown spin flipping in is Ingram. You wanted a field goal. How about a touchdown? We get on the board having the lead. But right after driving down the field, trying to answer back. Texans, just over a minute left here. They're looking to regain a 2-score lead. Make it an empty set here. Is it Bo Nix at quarterback? I believe so. As he will look to pass across the middle. And slipping the tackle. How about one play and done? Texans answer back immediately. As Xavier Worthy shows off the speed, the 2 drags open up underneath. So we won't get the check mark that time, but we will take a 54-second, 2-minute drill. We saw Milton show off that arm strength to open up today's episode. Can he show off a little bit of it to close us out? We're going to send Dawson Knox right down the middle of the field as well. Might open things up here for DK. Gets the catch and up out of bounds. When he was down in one of the previous games, Buffalo Bills game, I believe, that was worrisome. If we don't have DK, I'm not sure we do a whole lot on offense. As we go back to Ingram, he picks up another good gain, getting us to the 33, and he gets out of bounds, saving us some time as we only have 45 seconds left. Pass to the outside. Had to rush the throw. The question I'm running into here with the playbook for the Titans, do they have a passing play where there is not a corner? I don't know if they do, but if it works for us, it works for us. As Milton will step up, he slides down awkwardly. We'll call a timeout with a 3rd and 1. And I did figure out the reason why we couldn't find a pass play without the corners. It's because I was in the corners category. That makes a whole lot of sense. 3rd and 1. DK gets the catch. How about a little bit of some hurry up off of that then? Get back to the line quickly here. 4 verts, why not? As we got DK for the touchdown. They didn't get set quick enough. We'll once again make this a 1-score game here before the second half begins. And as we get on into that second half, it's our defense that needs some help. Once again, the Texans are driving inside the red zone. Inside the 15, they go spread empty. Look here, Bo Nix. He's got trips to the left-hand side, 2 to the right, and they are letting play clock run in this one. And beating our coverage now. Every time we've jumped in on defense, it's not gone well. Maybe we won't do that anymore. Again, our offense try to get us back into this game. Well, they do not. Texans open things up here. 21 points. How about even more than that? As, yeah, we do need some points. And we're starting backed up deep. 2:33 left. Got 3 tight ends to the right-hand side. Look for a quick check down here to Ingram, who will sprint back towards the middle. We're going to run a little bit of some hurry up here just to see what the team can do. Obviously, tight end's not the best for getting downfield, but we got some pretty athletic ones. Throwing out of the sack there. And to be honest, long developing plays probably not the best for our offensive line. Extremely weak group, going to be one of the first groups we look to improve. We go more, try to get that speed to the outside with a nice burst. Up and out of bounds at the 28. Now, it does look like Milton has thrown a 3rd interception on the day. I don't think that was me. I think one of them was him. The other 2, 100%, were me. As we go Evan Ingram to the outside, we're just going to run the quick, not even quick check down, the medium length check down. At least when it comes to time to develop. As we got 1:48 left, we're at the 48. Maybe that's some good omens for us here. So go back again to the drag. Ingram, they're just going to pick up about a gain of 10 every play. At the worst, this is just going to build the confidence here for Milton, racking up those completions. Maybe kind of raise his numbers a little bit. DK's window opened up last second. Unfortunately, not enough time to throw it. Again, the only good offensive lineman we have out there is Tunsil. And he's doing about as much as he possibly could. Out for Hyatt, jump ball, double coverage, tipped away. Now, I also like how I said we're just going to take the easy 10 yards every play and then immediately went away from that. So let's see if we could try to find another quick gain here. I think he threw it to the wrong receiver. Not trying to break that 4th wall, but 100% that was the case. 4th and 10. We go spread empty here. Hard count from Milton, no one jumps. Trying to let things develop, and out of time. This game is over. But we once again start off extremely promising. Game 1 dominated. Since then, we've been the ones that have been dominated. Just 2 wins on the year now, solidly putting ourselves at the bottom as the Texans pick up the 1st win on the season. But as mentioned, next episode, we're going to start to focus in a lot more here on these younger guys, giving them more opportunities. A lot of them have already seen some playing time. Cedric Johnson, Jalen Hyatt, they've been starting. Maybe someone like Nick Broker, even though he's a 62 overall, sees some playing time. Dejan Anthony, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, maybe he sees a little bit of time. I don't know if it's going to be at free or not, because we have seen some good play from Theo Jackson. Jonathan Mingo, he's young. Maybe we put him out there. We let DK rest up the rest of the season. We've got options, but we're definitely going to be focusing in on a lot of these young guys. Again, as well as letting me know players you want to see added to this team. Let me know players on this roster you want to see have a little bit more playing time, a little bit more focus on. And additionally, in the next episode, we'll start to focus in a little bit more on what that next draft class looks like. As a quick reminder, there are currently 3 first-rounders, 1 round 1 to 2, 2 round 2 to 3s, a round 3 to 4, and then some day 3s, and a whole bunch of potential undrafteds. And considering the state of this roster, pretty much any spot here, we could find an immediate starter. The really only one that I would say wouldn't be the case would be someone like Tyler Bass. Now, if we are not able to re-sign some of our players, like Evan Ingram, who so far, getting to how the team has done, not leaning towards it. We did re-sign Dawson Knox, so maybe someone like him ends up leaving and Tyler Bass or Bass, whatever you guys prefer, could come in and be that new tight end too. We've got options. Again, we'll look at all these guys next episode as we finish off season 1. So make sure you don't miss out on how season 1 comes to an end. Hit that bell icon in the bottom right or scroll down, hit the sub button. This series every single Tuesday and Thursday. We also have the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty over on College Football Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you guys got 5 videos every single week, plus the shorts highlighting everything. So you guys got a lot of content out and coming your way. So we'll see you next time as we finish off the season and take a look at players that might be joining next year.